Hi everyone and welcome to Yoga for Everybody. My name's Claudia and in today's class we will be doing a Vinyasa yoga flow for beginners with some twists. So twists are very beneficial for the body, for the spine. They help to realign and readjust the spine back to its natural kind of position. And they're also known to help with things like digestion. They're quite rejuvenating, so really good for your body. So we will do a few twists in our class today. Before we move on, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I have reached 100 subscribers, which I know for a lot of channels it's not much, but for me this is a great success. I'm so glad that I can help 100 people out there, and there's 100 people out there who are practicing my classes. So thank you very much. If you've just come across to my channel and you like this video, please hit the like button and share this class and do subscribe to the channel. And otherwise, I hope you enjoy today's class. Let's begin. So we're going to begin today in an easy cross-legged posture. So come down to your mats and just cross one shin over the other and let your knees relax. And if you've got a block, please feel free to use the block to elevate your body onto to help your hips with the tilt forward. It might just help you with the position to keep your body nice and straight. And actually for the duration of the whole class, if you've got a prop like a block or a book or something that you can use, it might be helpful with some of the poses that we'll do today. So let's just relax our arms either by the sides or maybe have your hands to your knees. Make sure the shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then close your eyes, tuck your chin slightly, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. So just trying to focus our attention on the present moment, trying to notice how the body is feeling at this particular moment in time, not thinking about anything else that we've been doing before or have to do after this class. So deep inhale in through the nose, feel the breath traveling all the way down to your belly. And then a slow exhale through the nose, emptying your body from the breath. One more time, deep inhale in. And you can practice your ujjayi breathing here if you like. So breathing out through the nose, but from the back of your throat. So sound. One more time, inhale in. And exhale. And then open your eyes when you're ready. On an inhale, we're going to lift the arms up and just stretch up through the fingertips. Maybe join the palms together. And then exhale, lower your arms back down. Do it 2 more times. Inhale, lift your arms up. Stretch, maybe look up, join the palms together, or maybe just touch with your fingertips. And exhale, release. So try and practice this breathing. Inhale, lift your arms up. Try and follow my breathing cues. And exhale, release. From here, bring your left hand onto your right knee, right fingertips behind you. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And on an exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right. So our first twist here. So be gentle to start with. We're just warming up the spine. Don't push yourself too far. Just spend a couple of breaths in this twist. If you want to try and deepen the twist, or maybe push yourself a little bit further, try and do it on your exhale. So with each inhalation, lengthen up, and on an exhale, maybe even use this left hand to just twist you a little bit further. And then inhale, come back to center, and we'll switch sides. So right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Deep breath in, inhale, lengthen. On an exhale, twist to the left. And again, just work at your own level here. So take a couple of moments, couple of breaths, lengthen with each inhalation, and maybe twist a little bit further with each exhalation, if that feels right. On your next inhale, come back to neutral, and we'll just take a side bend to each side to continue warming up the spine. So right fingertips to your mat. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and on an exhale, start bending to the right. So side stretch to the right. Try and keep the left shoulder in line with your left hip so you're not leaning forwards. And just stretch through the left fingertips, go as far as feels comfortable. Keep your left sit bone on the mat. Deep breath in, maybe look towards your left hand, and on an exhale, release your left fingertips down onto the mat, and we will switch sides. So right arm up, inhale. On an exhale, side bend to the left. Again, make sure the right shoulder is not falling forwards, it's in line with your right hip. Your right hip's not lifting, it's planting into the floor. Really feel the stretch in the right side of the body. Maybe look up towards the right fingertips, inhale. And exhale, release. And let's roll onto our hands and our knees from here into a tabletop position. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure into your wrist. Try and spread your weight equally into each knuckle on your hand. Shoulders over your wrists, hips are over your knees. Lengthen your tailbone towards the back of the room, engage the core muscles, so suck your belly towards your spine. 3 cycles of cat-cow to continue warming up here. So on an inhale, let's arch the spine, drop your belly down, look forwards or up if it feels comfortable for the neck. On an exhale, round the back, chin to chest, look down. One more time, inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back and look down. Really feel it in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back, look down. Inhale, let's come into a neutral spine. Place some weight into your left hand. On an inhale, we're going to reach the right arm up. So twisting up to the right, stretch up through your right fingertips. And then see if you can bend your right elbow, bring your right hand down onto your lower back, or maybe keep wrapping around until it's on your left hip, or maybe you can grab hold of your left thigh. So wherever feels comfortable for your left thigh. Wherever feels comfortable for the right shoulder, start rolling that right shoulder up towards the sky. Feel the twist and the opening in the shoulder. You can keep looking down or maybe look up. And then inhale, release your right arm up. Exhale, we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left. Stretch, 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 and maybe lower your right shoulder and your right ear onto the floor if that's possible. Otherwise, just keep stretching that right hand forwards. So I'll give you a couple of variations here if you want. Just stay here and feel the twist and stretch and opening in the right shoulder. If you want to experiment a little bit more, if this position feels comfortable, you can maybe move your left fingertips forward, see how that feels in the shoulder. Maybe move it back, continue with this movement, or maybe you want to wrap the left arm around your back, place your left hand onto your lower back, or maybe keep wrapping around until you can hold on to your right thigh this time, and then open the left shoulder up towards the ceiling. So it's quite a deep stretch, actually probably not a beginner stretch. So by all means, if you're just starting out, just stay here, stretching in the first position, stretching your right fingertips forwards. Otherwise, if you fancy trying the full wrap, you can do, but again, just be mindful it's not feeling painful anywhere. And you can still breathe in the twist, that's quite important. One more inhale and then unwrap. Let's come back into our tabletop position and we will switch sides. So place some weight into your right hand. On an inhale, lift the left arm up. And again, see if you can bend the left elbow, bring your left hand onto your lower back, or maybe continue wrapping until you can grab hold of your right thigh, or maybe just on your right hip, and then open your left shoulder up towards the sky. Keep looking down or look up. Feel the opening and the stretch. Inhale, release, and on an exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right. Stretch, stretch, stretch until your left shoulder and your left ear are on the floor or towards the floor. And then same variations on this side, so feel free to just stay here. If this feels like a deep enough stretch already, it probably will do for a lot of people. If you feel quite comfortable in this position, I mean, I know it doesn't look very comfortable, but maybe see if you can move your right fingertips forwards and back. Just see how that feels in the spine, in your shoulder. Maybe wrap your right arm round, placing it on your lower back, or keep wrapping until you can grab hold of your left thigh. Opening the right shoulder up towards the sky. Couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, unwrap and come back into our tabletop position. From here, let's tuck the toes and lift the hips up into our first downward facing dog. So just make sure again you're spreading your fingertips nice and wide. You're pressing into each knuckle of your hand, so you're not putting too much pressure on the wrist. Externally rotate the shoulders away from the ear, so you can even turn your fingers out a little bit to the sides. Lift your hips and your tailbone up as high as you can, so the back is nice and long. Knees can be really bent to start with. And when you're ready, when you've got the position of your spine, maybe drop one heel down at a time. Of course, if you are opening your hamstrings, you can drop both heels down. I'm practicing in the morning, so I'm quite stiff still. So I'm just going to keep my knees nice and bent to start with. Brilliant. And then let's roll forward until the shoulders are over the wrists. Drop your knees down onto the mat. Move your hands a couple of inches forward. Bring your weight forward, so shoulders over wrists, keeping the elbows in. Let's lower all the way down onto the mat. So chest, chin down onto the floor. Straighten the legs, release your toes, and then move your hands to the outer edges of your mat onto your fingertips. On an inhale, lift your chest up into a cobra. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Feel this back bend. Feel the chest opening. Exhale, release. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. And then place your hands underneath your shoulders, keeping the elbows in. Let's lift up into a baby cobra. Exhale, release. Press back up into a tabletop position. And tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Another couple of deep breaths in down dog. Continue dropping the heels down if you need to. That's what I'm doing. You don't have to stay stationary in your down dog. And then let's come back into our tabletop position. On an inhale, stretch the right leg back and then lift. Make sure the back stays nice and long. On an exhale, bend the right knee round the spine. Bring your knee into your chest and step your right foot in between your hands, or as close as you can. You can use your hand to help guide the foot. Move the left knee back. We're coming into low lunge, so just keep the distance between your legs about hip width apart. Right knees over your right ankle. When you're ready, lift your arms up, low lunge. See if you can start bringing your hips closer to the floor, so dropping them towards the floor. This will really help with opening up the left hip flexors. Deep breath in. On an exhale, you're going to bring your hands in prayer in front of your chest. If for any reason this is not comfortable for your wrist, another variation is to make fists and bring the knuckles together. From here, deep breath in. On an exhale, start turning your body to the right. And then hook your left elbow over your right knee. Prayer twist to the right. So see if you can maybe start gazing up towards the sky to challenge your balance, or maybe just keep gazing down. And make sure the right knee is not falling in. It's still over your right ankle and in line with your second and third toe. Deep breath in and exhale. On your next inhale, release your arms and lift your arms up, low lunge. Exhale, lower your hands back down onto the mat. Bring the right knee into your chest and then step it back into a tabletop position. On an inhale, let's arch the spine and look forwards. On an exhale, round the back and look down. Inhale, come into a neutral spine. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Deep breath and down dog. And then exhale, drop your knees back down onto the floor. Same twist on the other side. So inhale, stretch your left leg back and then lift. On an exhale, bend the left knee around the spine. Bring your knee into your chest. Step it through in between your hands. Make sure your position and your alignment is correct before you come up. So left knee over your left ankle. You might need to move your right knee back a little bit. And when you're ready, lift your arms up, low lunge. So same twist on this side. Inhale, on an exhale, bring your hands in prayer or fists together. Deep breath in here. On an exhale, let's start twisting to the left. And then hook your right elbow over the left knee. So prayer twist to the left. So if you're doing the fist, this is how it looks like, just in case you have any problems with having the wrists in prayer position. See if you can maybe look up. And then inhale, release, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands back down onto the mat. Step the left foot back, bring the knee into your chest, squeeze, back into tabletop position. One more time, let's inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back and look down. Inhale, come into neutral spine. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. So before we move on, I just want to do a twist in downward facing dog. So you might need to keep your knees generously bent for this one if your hamstrings are quite tight. See if you can move your right hand to the center of your mat and then towards your legs, so maybe just a couple of inches so it's a bit closer to you. Deep breath here. On an exhale, reach with your left hand for your right leg. So maybe for your thigh, maybe for your shin, maybe you can grab hold of your ankle. So twisting to the right, looking under your right arm. Deep breath. And then inhale, release back into downward facing dog, and we'll try this on the other side. So bring your left hand in the center of your mat and then a bit closer to your body. And see if you can, on an exhale, reach for your left leg somewhere. So it doesn't have to be your ankle, it could be anywhere on the leg. And if you notice, I'm keeping my knees slightly bent just because I feel quite tight in the hamstrings today, but this twist still feels good in the upper back. Deep breath in and then release back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to step the right foot in between your hands one more time. You can do it with the variation we just did,
or if you want to try it from the downward facing dog, I always encourage you to give it a go. Inhale, see if you can lift your right leg up. It doesn't have to be high. Don't kick your plant. Exhale, bend the right knee, round the spine, bring your shoulders over your wrists, squeeze the knee in, and then see if you can step it through. You won't know if you can do it until you've tried it. And if it hasn't quite worked, doesn't matter, it will come with practice, so you can always drop your knees down first. So bring your left knee down onto the floor one more time. Inhale, lift your arms up, low lunge. Same prayer twist, and I'll show you a variation of a twist that you can do. So bring your hands in prayer in front of your chest, deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the right, hook your left elbow over the right knee. Tuck the toes on your left foot and then see if you can lift the left knee off the floor. So slightly more challenging for the balance. If this doesn't quite work for you, keep the left knee down on the mat. Otherwise, if your knee is lifting, press back with your left heel. Again, just notice your right knee is not falling in, so it's still in line with your second and third toe. Maybe gaze up. And then see if from here you can lift up into a crescent lunge. So without lowering your left knee down, inhale, lift your arms up. Deep breath in. And then exhale, let's place the left hand down onto the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm up for another twist. And you can always drop the left knee down onto the floor if you need to. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your right hand down onto the floor. We're going to step back into a plank or modified plank. So knee up or down, entirely up to you. Squeeze the right knee into your chest and step it back into a plank, or drop the knees down for modified plank. Deep breath in, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to just drop down onto your hands and knees into a child's pose for a quick rest if you need to. I am trying to progress and advance these classes as we go along. So we started with our beginner yoga series with quite basic yoga poses, so I'm trying to push you a little bit, but like I said, don't do anything that your body doesn't feel ready for. Okay, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee, round the spine, knee to chest. Shoulders over wrists, step your left foot in between your hands. Drop the right knee down onto the floor. Inhale, let's lift up into low lunge. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of your chest. Deep breath in here. Let's twist to the left on an exhale. Right elbow hooking over your left knee. Prayer twist to the left. You're more than welcome to just stay here if you're just working on your balance and your twist. Otherwise, see if you can tuck the toes and lift the right knee off the floor. Ooh, a wobble here. Press back with your right heel. Maybe gaze up. And then see if you can lift up into crescent lunge from here. Lift your arms up. Press back once again with your right heel. And then exhale, right hand down onto the mat, left arm up towards the sky. Twist to the left. Deep breath. Exhale, release your left hand down onto the floor. Let's step back into a plank or modified plank one more time. Knee into your chest, plank. And let's drop the knees down, keeping the elbows in, lower all the way down onto the floor. Inhale, lift up into cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. And then take a deep breath in and walk your hands back towards your feet. Keep the knees nice and bent and just lower your chest over your thighs. Relax your neck, relax your head. Let's just hang here in this ragdoll position. You can grab hold of the elbows and sway side to side, or you can have your fingertips to the floor and just move them side to side, just relaxing and releasing any tension you may have in your spine. And then bending the knees generously, inhale, and on an exhale, let's roll all the way up to standing. So take your time, one vertebra at a time. Head and neck are the last ones to come up. So standing at the back of your mat, feet hip width apart. On an inhale, lift your arms up and stretch through the fingertips. On an exhale, we're going to twist to the right or to the back of the room. So left hand forward, right hand back, twist to the right, right fingertips stretching to the back of the room. And the trick here is to try and keep your hips pointing as far forwards as you can, so your right hip is not following with you. So we're trying to twist from the back and the upper back in particular. Inhale, come back, lift your arms up. On an exhale, let's go the opposite way. So right hand forward, left hand back, gazing to the back of the room, pushing forwards with the left hip but stretching back with the left hand. Inhale, lift your arms up. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, twist. Inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale, switch sides. So right hand forward, left hand back. I'm looking to the back of the room, but you can also look forwards if that feels more comfortable for the neck. Inhale, lift your arms up. This time on an exhale, we're going to fold forwards, keeping the back nice and long if we can. So folding forwards over the legs. On an inhale, have your hands to your shins, make a flat back and look forwards. And exhale, fold forward. So for the next twist, you might just want to grab a block. So if you've got a block or a book, it might be handy to have it here, but you might be okay without it. So just see how you get on. Bend your knees as much as you need to have your fingertips to the mat, and then just toe heel your feet so they're kind of on the outside of your mat, so it's wider than a hip width apart stance. We're going to place the left fingertips to the mat or maybe to the block. So if you need to elevate yourself, your hand to the block, whichever way around you want. Deep breath in and lift your right arm up to the sky for a twist. Deep inhale and then exhale, release and switch sides. So right hand to the block, left hand up, twist. And exhale, release. Let's do it one more time. Maybe fingertips to the floor if you haven't got a block. You can bend the knees a little bit or a lot if you need to, but try and keep your legs kind of in the direction of straight if you can. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, release, switch sides, right fingertips to the floor, left arm up. And exhale, release. And then to heel your feet back to hip width apart and walk your hands forwards back into downward facing dog, last down dog of the practice. Deep breath in. On an exhale, drop your knees down onto the mat. Cross your legs and let's sit down onto the mat, stretching the legs out. So we'll do a couple of seated twists and lying down twists before we close in Shavasana. So have your left leg straight, bend the right knee, bring your right knee towards your chest, place your foot flat, right foot flat on the mat and keep a distance of maybe a couple of inches between your left thigh and your right foot. Lift your spine up, make sure the left leg is active, so it's not just kind of lying there doing nothing. You don't have to actively flex your left toes towards you, but just make sure the thighs are engaged. It's not just inactive doing nothing. From here we'll take a twist to the right, so have your left hand onto your right knee, right fingertips behind you. Inhale, exhale, start twisting to the right. So this is kind of your first level. See how that feels in the spine. Again, once you've twisted, just notice what your left leg is doing. It's not just relaxed there, it's still nice and active. If you want to deepen the twist a little bit further, see if you can inhale, lift the left arm up, and on an exhale, hook the left elbow over your right knee, just helping to twist a little bit further. But just be mindful, it's quite a deep twist, so you're not going too far. If any of you out there are finding this twist quite easy and you feel like you can deepen it, I will demonstrate. It's more of an intermediate advanced variation, but if you wanted to try it, you can do. You can start wrapping your left arm around your right knee, and then maybe wrap your right arm behind your back and see if you can clasp your hands together. So I can only do this clasp on this side, hence why I'm demonstrating it on this side. And I don't find it particularly comfortable, so I prefer this variation, but obviously everyone's different out there, so if you wanted to deepen it even more, you're more than welcome to try. Deep breath in otherwise, wherever you are, and then exhale, come back to center, and we'll switch sides. So straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, bring your left knee into your chest, left foot flat on the mat, a couple of inches in between your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine up. Right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Exhale, twisting to the left. Oh, I feel a lot stiffer on this side. And like I said, I've never done the bind on this side. So if you're feeling that you can do it on one side and not the other, that's absolutely fine. The only time I've managed to do it, I ended up injuring myself. So just be mindful, you don't want to push yourself too far. So if you want to, inhale, lift the right arm up and hook the right elbow, twisting a bit further. And for most of you beginner level students, this is as far as I'd go. And to be honest, I've been practicing yoga for years, and like I said, I still can't do the bind on this side, so just how it is. Just notice what the right leg is doing. I've just realized that mine was kind of just noodling there. Make sure it's still active. Deep breath in, and then exhale, release, come back to center, and then straighten both legs. Maybe give your legs a bit of a shake, bend the knees, and that's with control. Lower down onto the floor for our final twist before Shavasana. So bring your knees into your chest, rock along the spine, just squeeze your knees in as tight as feels good. And then keep the right knee into your chest, straighten the left leg, bring your left hand onto your right knee, open your right arm out to the side. Inhale, on an exhale, let's twist to the left. So start bringing your right knee over to the left as far as feels comfortable. Try not to lift the right shoulder off the floor. Doesn't matter if the knee doesn't reach the floor. You can continue looking up or maybe look towards the right hand, right fingertips. Deep breath. And then inhale, come back. Squeeze the right knee into your chest, and we'll switch sides. So bring your left knee in, right leg straight on the mat, right hand to your left knee, left arm opening out to the side. Deep breath in, and exhale. Let's take a twist to the right this time. So nice and gentle, just finishing off here before relaxing. Maybe look towards your left hand, towards the left fingertips if that feels comfortable. Try not to lift the left shoulder blade off the floor if you can. And then inhale, come back up. When you're ready, squeeze your knees into your chest. One more time. And then bring your feet down onto the mat, straighten the legs. Let the feet fall out. Have your arms by your sides, palms facing up. Relax your body, close your eyes, and relax in our final pose, Shavasana. So just feel your body relaxing, let it sink into the floor. Make sure you're not tensing any part of the body. Maybe work your way up from your toes to the crown of the head. Noticing if there's any tension in any of the muscles. Try and breathe in and
relax with an exhalation. Shavasana pose for a few more minutes if you've got the time. You can always grab a pillow and a blanket and just lie comfortably relaxing before you get on with anything you have to do after this class. And thank you so much for joining the class today. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, do hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Share it with anybody that you might think will benefit from this class. Of your day, and see you again soon. Namaste.